ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Don Mafia Live. Wow, last night, that Chargers and Broncos game really gave us a good understanding of more than likely who we are going to be playing in the first round. Now, granted, this is all based off of percentages. A lot of weird shit could happen, all right? So brace ourselves for a wild ride. But on today's episode, I kind of wanted to unpack who are we going to be playing, like during the first round. Is the first seed still possible? Mathematically, absolutely. But it's looking more and more as the days and the more games that are played that the Buffalo Bills are going to be rocking with that damn second seed, if you know what I'm talking about. And let me tell you what, guys, I was so pumped to hop on today's episode. I really am. I miss my people. I'm here twice a day, Monday through Friday, at 11 a.m. EST, and also at 5:15 p.m. EST, unpacking everything and anything that has to do with your favorite team in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills, and also all trending NFL stories. So please do me a favor, smash that like button if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so far, and subscribe to the channel as well. We want over 40,000 subscribers by the time that the Super Bowl is over with. Reminder, I'm giving away this signed Dalton Kincaid rookie card. If you want to be a part of my contest, you have to be a subscriber anyway, and you have to leave a comment on this video once it is done. How's everyone feeling today? Go on ahead and roll call in the chat. I want to see how far Bills Mafia truly extends. Roll call, roll call, roll call. That includes you, the people that just enjoy listening to my sweet voice each and every single morning, who just like to lurk, just like to listen. Go on ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from. That's a hell of a lot better when it comes into that audio. I can tell you that much already. Now, guys, listen, one thing I do want to say is that I sincerely hope that you guys are safe on the road and you never have to deal with a car accident. But say, for example, you are ever in that very unfortunate situation, you have to call William Mattar. Hurt in a car, call William Mattar. This is the #1 car accident attorney firm in the state of New York. And when you find yourself in that bad situation, guys, you have to go on ahead and make sure that you have the correct representation. William Mattar, 844-444-4444. Go on ahead. Shout out to William Mattar for being a proud sponsor of this channel. And certainly make sure that he is top of mind in case you are ever in one of those unfortunate scenarios, ladies and gentlemen. We already have this bad boy already up right here. Look at that. It's the playoff machine. Don't worry. We're going to be taking a look at this damn thing, I would say, about 2 or 3 times a week because it is consistently changing. And I have an understanding that this is going to change even more as the weeks go along. But guys, roll call in the chat, including the lurkers. Talk to me. What do we have right here? We have Rochester. Hit the like. Dan, that's what I'm talking about. Asheville, North Carolina, the lead. I sincerely hope that you guys are recovering over there, man. You guys have always been in my thoughts and my prayers. Red helmet next year. Ian, wouldn't that be ideal? Holy hell. Dayton, Ohio. We have the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Absolutely insane. We have Florida, Thomas VC. What is going on, my guy? Hope all is well. I'm in Florida myself. Auburn, New York, New Jersey, Life of Oz in my basement. East Aurora, New York. That's my guy, Jonathan Larson's in the chat. What's going on, everybody? Sharon, Pennsylvania. San Antonio, Texas. Go Bills. Philip Castro the third. Man, this is a beautiful thing. Thrashing, I can never escape William Mattar, 444-4444. Hey, man, listen, you know what? If you are in a damn car accident, you will know. That is for sure. Richie is calling me right now. Let me see what this fool wants. What's up, Richie?
What up, Dan Mitchell?
You are live on the Don Mafia Report. I can mute.
Oh, no, you couldn't mute me, man. You see it? Josh Allen is the greatest quarterback.
Stop.
He's going to win MVP.
Stop it. Hold up. I got to go ahead and put this on speaker. Say it again for the people.
I've conceded to the idea that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league.
There you go.
He's going to win MVP.
Yep.
And he actually may even win the Super Bowl this year, man.
Whoa!
I got to just accept the reality. You know, they're the favorites for a reason. And, you know, maybe I just been a little down bad of the reality that my division rival's better than me.
Damn.
So I've been getting a little, but good luck the rest of the way, and I'm envy of you, Dan Mitchell.
Damn.
So congratulations.
Damn. Well, Richie, man, you know what? Bills Mafia right now is absolutely clicking their heels. And they are so happy, and they welcome you back with open arms because TD Finstock is likely going to be public enemy #1 within the next day or so. It's just inevitable at that point. But yeah, man, most definitely. Was there anything that you wanted to discuss? So is it good business related, or is it something that's going to give me a headache?
It's good business related.
I love it.
Conversation for sure.
That's good moves.
Stuff that we've been working on.
Dude, what?
Enjoyed the Don Mafia report.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody to hit the like button for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See you on the huddle, man.
All right, Richie. I will give you a call once this is all said and done, but I got to go ahead and predict who the Buffalo Bills are playing. First round of the playoffs, my guy. We'll chat a little later.
Look at the Patriots, you don't even care about that game. You're right in the playoffs. I don't blame you.
So, I'll be completely honest with you, man. I haven't even previewed it. It's not even worth my time. All right, bro. See you, bro. Peace. That was Richie. Look at that. He conceded. He conceded that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the National Football League as of right now. But I think that we can all thank Haley Steinfeld for being that woman. Look at that. Thanks, Richie. DF is happy about that. Absolutely. He was cooking that fool the other day. Richie couldn't handle the hate from Bills Mafia in a prison cell with 12 months left. Dan, Joshua Harris, man, free Joshua Harris, my guy. All right. Like whatever he did. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Why not invite Richie live? It sounded like he was on the car. It sounded like he was in the car here for a second. I want all of you to myself this morning. That's what I want. It's a trap. Don't believe Richie. We have Grayson just came in. Richie went on ahead and faced the reality. He faced the reality, man. He really did. Ed Ryan, I have multiple friends who are not Bills fans, are rocking them through the rest of the year. Listen, it is a wagon. Buffalo is a wagon. And in my opinion, I'm fine with welcoming people onto the bandwagon. Why not? But always remember who the people were in the damn trenches. Go Bills from shitty New England. JTL, I apologize for being in that shithole. I'm just kidding. I actually like New England. I like the city of Boston. It's pretty fun. Except for the sports teams, obviously. Bills secondary is still a concern. If it faces a high-power offense, it will be a race to score. But, I mean, really, at the end of the day, man, yes, if we play a high-scoring offense, indeed. But let me tell you what right now, folks. There's no team that scores more points in the AFC than the Buffalo Bills. And that's just a fact right now, folks. We are the highest scoring team in the NFL when it comes into the entire AFC. Not the NFL, AFC. I think Lions are still ahead of us at one point. But this damn Bills team, listen, I wouldn't want to get into a shootout with the Buffalo Bills. And I understand that secondary is obviously still a concern. But that's something that I feel like should make us feel at least a little better, is that we know that this Buffalo Bills team can score 30 points almost effortlessly. And it's also something to celebrate and something to watch for, because I know that not a lot of us are going to be excited about watching the Bills and the Patriots game on Sunday. But one thing that we can be cheering for is us scoring 30 points for the 9th straight game, us breaking yet another NFL record, which I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for some bragging rights. I am ready for some bragging rights. We have Valrico, Florida. It's my guy, John Reeves, is in the chat. What's going on, man? From nowhere, Western New York. Ed Ryan is saying, why do you think we never use the alternate red helmets? Other teams have multiple options. Here's my theory. I think that we are probably going to save the red helmets and the new uniforms until we end up getting our new stadium. I think next year we are going to share the frustration where we don't have any new uniforms. Actually, never mind. Let me take a step back. I think next year we will release the red helmets because it's nostalgia. Will be the final year in Highmark Stadium, right? In the Ralph, in the vast majority of names that we have had for quite some time. I think next year we have the red helmets for a nod toward nostalgia, since that's going to be the final season within that stadium. The following season, that's when I think that we're going to see them damn blue bad boys. One of the ones that's actually right behind me right over there, baby. Look at that. I would love that. I would absolutely love to have the blue helmets rocking right there, if indeed. Ted is coming on in, and he said the silver lining with the Bills defense is that they force turnovers when they need to. Top 5 in takeaways. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. In fact, last time I checked, we were number 1 in turnover differential. I'm not sure if things have changed for the past 2 weeks, because we only had 1 last week and we had 0 2 weeks ago. But a couple of weeks ago, we were number 1 in turnover differential. So we got some ball hawks out there. I almost feel bad for putting Richie on notice like that. Hey, dude, it's because we have hearts. It's because we have hearts. It's snowing here in Pennsylvania. Now it's pretty nasty outside. Sincerest apologies, my friend. But at least it's going to be a white Christmas, right? I'm about an hour away from Boston. From Boston, huh?
Man, that's a fun city. I'm not going to lie to you. Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo sky. That's my guy, Gerard. What's up? We can score 30 points with a snap of a finger. We absolutely can. And that's something that I feel like we should use as an insurance policy, right? Because if I hear someone say, oh my God, we're going up against this team, they are an offensive powerhouse, my response is always going to be, well, bitch, so are we. So are we. We are number one. We are a mega house, bro. Like, we are a nuclear power plant. If we are going up against offensive powerhouses in the AFC playoff picture, ladies and gentlemen, just know that they are going up against a nuclear power plant, baby. Chernobyl, dog. I'm just kidding. Not Chernobyl. Anyway, Tom, Baltimore would be the only really concern for us. I agree. But at the same time, man, I've been like seriously like chopping at the bit about this. And here's the deal, right? If this team plays at their best, they can beat anybody. And we need to play whoever is on the schedule. That's essentially what it is. Obviously, we have every right to be concerned. We have every right to choose, at least suggest who we would prefer to play. But at the end of the day, man, this Buffalo Bills team is riding high, and we just need them to go out there and play their best football. Because when they're playing their best football, I think we have proven this, is nobody can beat us. Sincerely. What is Highmark Stadium going to be used for now? I assume it's just going to be torn down. Great point, Ed Ryan. Blair is saying we have the best offense in the AFC for sure. We just need to get back to not letting our opponents score 20 or more. Going to the game this week, Dan. Go Bills. Sari, listen, man, I hope you have a great time. It should be an ass beating, at least on paper it should be. Very scared that the Bengals will sneak into the playoffs. It is not happening. All right, listen. If I wanted to give you an understanding of the likelihood of Cincinnati sneaking into the playoffs, let's put it this way. The Miami Dolphins have a better chance of sneaking into the playoffs than the Cincinnati Bengals. Statistically and mathematically, they have a better shot at sneaking into the playoffs than the Cincinnati Bengals. I think last time I checked, so the Bengals have a 3% chance. A lot of things need to happen. There are a lot of moving pieces. I think it needs that. So the Chargers need to lose out, and the Denver Broncos need to lose out. And then I also think that the Colts need to lose out as well. That team needs to lose out. And then I also think that Miami needs to lose out. It is something absurd that needs to happen for Cincinnati to go on ahead. And if you think that the Colts are going to lose out, look at their schedule. I think that the Denver Broncos schedule is pretty favorable. And I think the LA Chargers schedule is more than favorable right at this point, because like there's tiebreakers all over the place. I wouldn't worry about the Cincinnati Bengals. And even if we did play them again, like I said, they have a historically bad defense, like historically, like not even historically within the history of Cincinnati Bengals, historically within the entire NFL. And again, like I said, this Buffalo Bills offense is the highest scoring offense in the NFL. So as good as Cincinnati does look from time to time, their offense is not nearly as efficient as the Buffalo Bills. Is Josh Allen's shoulder all right? Ian Lancer is coming in. Well, let me tell you what, my friend. It is completely fine because my guy is not even listed on the damn injury report. Devontae Mott, what are you doing for Christmas, Dan? I'm going to hang out with a little bit of family, man. You know what I mean? Some Christmas Eve shenanigans, some Christmas Day shenanigans. And then on the 26th, I am going to see the other side of the family and going down to South Carolina, see some friends, man. But you know what? Just relaxing, hanging out, doing my thing. And I sincerely hope that you are surrounded by friends and family and you have a wonderful holiday season. And, of course, watching some football. Hopefully watching the Pittsburgh Steelers absolutely curb stomp the Kansas City Chiefs. I would love to see that. That would be a Christmas present. The best Christmas present that I would be able to see, folks, would be the Chiefs losing to the Texans this Saturday. And then on Christmas Day, man, I wake up and I see the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, going out there hanging sack on Andy Reid on Christmas Day. We're going to have to see how they play on Christmas, baby. We're going to have to see. Hey, Dan, so what does it mean for us now that Denver lost? JTL, great question. Great question, my friend. So what that means, my friends, is that more than likely the Denver Broncos are going to be the first team that we play if we continue to hold on to the second seed. If the Buffalo Bills are the second seed in the playoffs, it's looking more and more likely. In fact, I think my buddy Kevin put it on X the other day. It's like a 65% chance that the first game that we play will be against the Denver Broncos and that defense. Essentially how all of that is looking. But like I said, I have this handy dandy calculator, and I'm still surprised that we love going through this together, right? I must have pulled this up 2 to 3 times a week for the past 4 weeks. And it's always one of my most popular streams each and every single time that I whip it out. You know what I mean? Pause. So we're going to do it again. But like I'm going to tell you is that we will be hosting the Denver Broncos more than likely, if of course we do take on that second seed against the Denver Broncos, right? So we have Kansas City Chiefs with the 1 seed, crossing our fingers, hoping we're going to be able to make it happen and see how that plays out. But anyway, we have the Chargers. They ultimately ended up beating the Denver Broncos. Let's say that the Chiefs just went out, and then we'll also fuck around a little bit and we'll find out. And I'll switch up some of these games and give the Chiefs a couple of L's if necessary. I'm going to give the Steelers against the Baltimore Ravens, Rams over Jets, Eagles over Washington Commanders, Falcons over the Giants, Cardinals over the Panthers, Bengals over the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to give the Colts over the Titans. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Lions over the Bears. Let's go Vikes over Seahawks, Bills over the Pats. Come on, give me a break. Jaguars over Raiders. I'm going to go San Francisco over the Miami Dolphins. The Buccaneers over the Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay Packers over the Saints. Have the Chiefs over the Pittsburgh Steelers, although that is wildly, wildly annoying. We'll give Baltimore over the Houston Texans. We'll go ahead. We'll give the Seattle Seahawks to the Bears. We'll give the Chargers over the New England Patriots. I'm going to go Bengals over the Denver Broncos. Maybe. We'll see how that plays out. We'll go Rams over Cardinals. We'll go Bills over Jets. Go Jags over Titans. They're just ass. Buccaneers over the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a really good game, but I'm going to go Vikings over the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to go Saints over the Raiders. Colts over the Giants. I'm going to go Dolphins over the Browns, Eagles over the Cowboys, Falcons over the Washington Commanders, and also the Lions over the San Francisco 49ers. Next up, I think at this point, if Tennessee does ultimately end up winning, I'm thinking that Houston rests their starters here because they're literally not doing anything at this point. So we'll just go Tennessee. We'll go Falcons over the Carolina Panthers, Buccaneers over the Saints. We'll go LA Rams over the Seahawks. We'll go Bills over the Patriots. We will go Dolphins over the Jets just for shits and gigs, right? Give me the Ravens over the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Bengals over the Steelers. Give me Colts over Jags. So the Broncos are going to be playing for something like at that point because they can't rest their starters. And even if they lose, if Kansas City ends up beating, then the Colts would come in, which I think a lot of us would be pretty interesting about that. We have the Chargers coming on in, but we'll just say the Broncos beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs would be going on ahead and resting their starters at that point. If, of course, Kansas City does win out, like I am predicting that they are going to. Washington over the Dallas Cowboys. I'll go Eagles over the Giants. I will go Lions over the Vikings. What if the Vikings won it? Then the Vikings would. Dude, the NFC North and the NFC playoff picture is about to be absolutely nuts. That should be a video for something entirely different. Give me the Green Bay Packers over the Bears. And last but not least, San Francisco. Or if the Cardinals win, okay, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. So essentially what I'm saying, folks, is that this is more than likely what is going to happen with the playoff picture. Give or take a couple of games that were predicted incorrectly. Let me see. Dan, let's lose the last game because we let many of our vets rest or they only play. You're right. Okay, so we're going to lose our last game. So we ultimately become 13-4, still the second seed. No harm, no foul. Josh Allen more than likely would be resting during that game. Congratulations, Patriots. You won a game. All right, don't do that, Dan, and jinx us, bro. The Pats beat us last year and had no chance then as well. All right, lift it. I'm getting sick of grown men believing in jinxes. I'm just kidding, Brandon Day. I'm just kidding. But I did buy that for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I did go on ahead and buy that for situations such as that. McDermott's live. Thank you so much. Okay, McDermott's live. Let's go. Come on. Congratulations, Pats. You won a damn game. Work the body. Come on, bro. That's my guy. Listen, I got that right there for the exclusive reason that if I get pissed off during games, I'm going to beat the shit out of that thing, right? I recommend everyone should buy a Century Bob, because if you don't, please, man, we're going to have to see. Carly's coming in the chat and saying, what's Wilson's record against Mahomes? Anyone know? I don't imagine it's very good, especially when he was over in Denver. I want to say he's like 1-3, maybe 0-4. But listen, this is an entirely different team, if you will. Let me see. I'm looking for McDermott. Here he is. Let's go. All right, McSquirm. Here he is.
Visibly emotional. Handle it like in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Bring it up.
I think like you would expect a human to handle it. Any human being for that matter. Dion is incredibly tough and a true football player. But then underneath of that is this genuine teddy bear of a person that is incredibly inspiring to others and caring and giving of himself and his time, as we know in this community and beyond. So again, perspective with, what he saw yesterday and what his family experienced is important, right? So, he shared a little bit with me of what he experienced over there, and again, just another snapshot of what happens in life. All right, thank you, guys.
All right. Well, that was very quick. Sincerest apologies, folks, but I think we can get a good understanding of what we just learned at that point, Ray. Okay, so McDermott has ruled out Matt Milano. Okay, it's not even questionable, folks. It's not even questionable at this point. It is now official. So we can go on ahead and actually call it where we are. Pull it on up. McDermott, again, has ruled out Matt Milano and Rasul Douglas as questionable. Has ruled Matt Milano and Rasul Douglas. Excuse me, I read that incorrectly. Questionable for Sunday's game. Again, right? Like, we've had this conversation all week. Why rush these guys back? Even if they are ready, I can't fathom a reason, a reputable reason, as into why we should rush these guys back for a Patriots team that hasn't scored 30 points all year, right? I think that's a pretty good question to have, right? And I think that that's not something that we should be upset about. In fact, I think it's something we should be celebrating, is that we are seeing both of these guys on the sideline, getting them healthy as humanly possible. I do, however, really want this team, really want this team fully to play next week against the Jets. Not because I think that, oh my God, we need a fully healthy squad to beat the New York Jets. No, not that at all. But I do want them to play because more than likely we are going to be resting our starters in general on the final week of the season if the second seed is locked down. If Kansas City can ultimately end up making that happen. But we're going to have to see what's going on. We have Blair is coming on in. We don't need those guys to beat New England. Pull Josh at the half. Devontae Ma, Russell Wilson is 1-3 against Patrick Mahomes. I figured that was what we were talking about. And then Cody, if the Bills get another 30-point game, it is a record. It is a record. It has never been done in NFL history. So that is actually really cool. But let's go on ahead and actually pull this up once again. Ended up going through the entire calculator. And then this is more than likely what I think is going to happen. Even if we go back, folks, and if Houston somehow wins, beats Kansas City next week, and then if Pittsburgh ultimately ends up beating the Kansas City Chiefs within this short period of time, then we would essentially be in the first seed. That is the only thing that is really of question right now, is who has the first seed. Everybody else is pretty much locked in. I don't want to hear anything about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. I just don't want to hear about it, man. Like, people are coming in here saying, like, oh my God, what about the Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers? Like, guys, like, look at the history between that team, right? Like, so Lamar Jackson has only beat them once in his career as a starter. So the Steelers have won like 9 out of their last 10 games in Baltimore. Like not even matchups. Like, they have won 9 out of their 10 last games in Baltimore by itself. Have a healthy TJ Watt. And we've gone through a lot of these scenarios before as well, where if Baltimore does ultimately end up beating Pittsburgh, then what would end up happening is a matchup right within the division, but it's not going to happen. This is basically what I'm thinking right here, but I'm going to go on ahead and predict the worst and say that Kansas City ends up winning out, or maybe just dropping one game in general. And then here we are at 13-4, right? Or maybe we go on ahead and we just, yeah, whatever. Like, we do beat the Pats, right? Like, maybe we're playing for something. If, for example, like, that's actually a great question, right? Like, that's a great question. If Kansas City loses one game, okay? If Kansas City loses one game, let me go. Yeah. Nah, never mind. Never mind. It was a bad scenario. But yeah, most definitely. So we're going to have to see how that all kind of plays out. Dan, to lock second seed, we need Kansas City to win. Yeah, dude, but like, I just don't see the Berg sort of going out there and beating us up. You know what I'm saying? Dan, and the new Shure mic is sounding real nice. You have the position angle set just right. Trevor, I sincerely appreciate that, my friend. And get this, it may even be more improved because I just ordered a soundboard and I ordered an XLR cable. So it should be sounding even better. I believe it comes in on Monday. So super, super excited to unpack all of that for sure. Jordan Smith is saying we need Houston to beat Kansas City on Saturday for any chance at the 1 seed. Kansas City doesn't lose 2 games in a row ever. I don't know how many games Steelers will win if they don't have Watt and Pickens. Watt is playing. Would love to see Denver first round. And also, with the record of Lamar and the Ravens against the Steelers, there were 3 games where TJ Watt did not play. It ultimately just didn't matter at the end of the day. Pittsburgh's Achilles health is that offense, Pittsburgh's Achilles heel is that offense not performing, and that D can beat the Chiefs and the Ravens. Absolutely. JTL, if Buffalo wins out, they clinch the 2nd seed, and we want Kansas City to lose to Houston and keep the 1 alive. Sweet. I know, man. It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. Dan with the fancy tech. Look at you. Hill Slayer, I appreciate you, man. Listen, I've been trying to invest in this bad boy. And so as many of you know, I am a full-time content creator. So luckily, this is also a tax write-off for me. So it's not even something that I feel bad spending money on. As long as I can improve my content and make sure that you guys are getting not only the laughs and the good conversation twice a day during my live game reactions, but also, so y'all can hear it in crispy, clear audio, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So, one other thing, which is pretty interesting. I am planning on live streaming my live play-by-play reactions tomorrow because both games actually mean a lot to the Buffalo Bills. A lot of them do. So I'm thinking about streaming my live play-by-play reactions to the Kansas City Chiefs and Houston Texans game Saturday afternoon. So we could have a pretty solid conversation. As many of you guys know, y'all love coming in for my live play-by-play reactions for the Bills. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with the Texans, exact same thing with the Kansas City Chiefs. And then I'm also going to do it for the Steelers and the Ravens because ultimately we might be facing all 4 of those teams at one point. It is all a possibility. So I will be live streaming both of those games. So I highly recommend that you guys come on over and make it happen. Don't tease me. All right. No. Dude, for real. I'm thinking about doing it. Just might as well work on a damn Saturday. You know what I mean? I'll go ahead and I'll grab myself a nice little 12-pack. I'll come and I'll watch a little ball with the boys right in the chat, man. We already got that. We have Mark is coming in saying, Dan, you need a good audio interface for the XLR. I highly recommend the Focusrite audio interfaces. So I wish I would have spoken to you earlier, but I did end up getting this thing called the Rodecaster Duo. So I'm not sure if you're familiar, if that is a good one. It's my first one. So say, for example, that I don't like it, or maybe I want to upgrade down the road, then certainly let me know. But that is the one that I ended up getting, was the Roadcaster Duo. Something pretty similar that I believe Richie and also TD Finstock and even Colby has one as well. So I figured that I was the only one in the group that didn't have one. So had to make it happen. Shave your head for the game, Dan. I don't know about that, bro. Don't be afraid of any team. Y'all can win it all. Tim D is coming on in. That's what I'm saying, Tim D. Slam your damn chest, boys, because we have a damn good team as well. That's what I'm talking about. Jordan Smith, don't we want the 2nd seed, not the 1 seed? Best path to the Super Bowl. John Marlowe, good weekend in football, both college and pro ball. I'll be honest with you, man. I really hope that the best college playoff game is the late one, because we only have a noon, well, a 1 and a 4 for NFL playoff. Let me see the schedule. Hopefully the good one is, okay, so we have Wednesday. Who's playing at the 8 p.m. game? College football playoff bracket. Let's see. So on ESPN, Notre Dame, Wednesday, January 1st. All right, Saturday, it's, okay, so it's Tennessee and Ohio State, which actually could be pretty sick. Tennessee and Ohio State. All right, perfect. So at least that's the best playoff game that I will be able to watch after, of course, all of the NFL stuff is all said and done. No questions, just happy holidays and go Bills. I strongly believe that this is the greatest story ever told, and that Lombardi trophy will be ours. Look at that, man. It was just, I don't know. Yeah. What's the scenario that wild card will be the Steelers versus the Ravens? So I'll tell you what. What would need to happen? So the Chargers beating the Broncos last night, like, fucked everything up. But here, let me see. So we'll give the Ravens right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right there. So if the Ravens ultimately end up winning. Then they would ultimately end up playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Where did I give the Broncos a loss? So let me double check. I have the Bengals beating the Broncos, surprisingly enough. And then if Kansas City loses a game, then they will have to put their starters out against Denver. And then that would open up the door for Indy to come in. I feel like Indy would probably be the best possible matchup if you were going to ask me. But more than likely, like I said, let's just say that Denver ultimately ends up winning. I don't know. Playing the Colts in the first round would be a wet dream. Chiefs are not winning out. Blair is saying, shave it now if you want that trophy. Now, listen. So I will tell you what. I do actually look pretty damn decent with a buzz cut. Ain't gonna lie to you. Take a look at the Bengals playoff scenario. I'm telling you, there's 50% shot that they make it. Nah, dude. It's not happening. Like, bro, like, it is not happening. Like, bro, like, I have the Bengals winning every single game. Look, like, I have the Bengals winning each and every single game. Like, they win out, and they're still nowhere near the playoffs. Like, you would need the Colts, so to lose to the Tennessee Titans. You would need the Colts to lose to, here, let me see. And let's say that the Broncos end up coming on in. Where are the Broncos at? Like, let's just say that, like, let's say that, so the Broncos do ultimately end up winning. Or say, for example, that Pittsburgh doesn't end up resting their starters. It's very unlikely that Cincinnati gets in. It's like a 3% shot. And even if they ultimately end up making it, man, it doesn't matter because their defense is historically bad. It is really bad. And while they are solid with Jamar Chase, this Buffalo Bills team, quite frankly, just scores more points than Cincinnati. That's how it is. And do you think if we lose to the Chiefs again, and do you think that we will move on from Sean McDermott? I don't believe so, but I think that fans will certainly be wanting him gone, but it's unfortunately just not going to happen. Cole Martin, what is your score prediction this week? Cole Martin's coming on in, man. Great question. So Cole, so I'll tell you what, man, we should be rooting for the Buffalo Bills to score at least 30 points, because if we do, then we are the first team in NFL history to score more than 30 points 9 games in a row. It's never been done. So that is something I think that we could all be going for, right? So give me Buffalo Bills 35. Give me Patriots 10. Yeah, I'm thinking like 35-10 is what we're going to be looking at. Broncos Chargers game should make all the other playoff teams feel a bit better about getting past in the first round. They just kind of stink versus over 500 teams. Look at that. Is what it is. 34-10. Blair is coming on in. I'm going to the game and would love to see Mitchie Biscuits start slinging in the third quarter. Wouldn't that be great, man? Let's see what we got in Mitchie Biscuits. 41-17 Bills. Holy shit, a 40 burger we have going on there. 35-34-10. Or Mike White. We have big Jamie games now. Give Tyler Bass a kick. 38-10. 34-21 is my pred. Look at that. Look at that. Jamal is coming in, locked up second seed, and Kansas City slips up anytime soon. Then we will get the first seed. And listen, with Kansas City doesn't necessarily have a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination. This Houston Texans defense is very good. Like, offense is shaky, but who knows? And then also, this Steelers team has a really good defense as well. So, like, we're talking about 2 defensive juggernauts going up against each other. And then we go from there. And in fact, I'm actually curious to see like where all these teams kind of rank right now as far as points allowed. So we have Pittsburgh's allowing 18.9, 18.3. Houston's doing 21.4. Philly's at 17.6. So that's pretty wild, if you ask me. And then we have NFL points scored to begin with. We have Detroit. We have Buffalo. Baltimore's at 29.9. Tampa Bay's at 28.8. And Cincinnati's at 28.5. Maria is coming in. What if the Texans' game plan is just to chase Mahomes? I mean, he hurt his ankle, right? And his offensive line is pretty damn bad. So we'll see what we can do here. Dan, what are your thoughts? Get the first seed and play at home with a bye, or stay in the second seed? Sari is coming on in. So I think the best path to the Super Bowl is like on the second seed. But then again, as many people have pointed out, this Buffalo Bills team is undefeated after the bye. So I could care less if it's Baltimore. I could care less if it's so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. It looks pretty solid there. But even if we don't get the first seed, folks, we are essentially going to have a quasi bye week. Right? Like, my worst fear is that we are fighting for the 1 seed, right? Like, we're fighting for the 1 seed at the end of week 18, and we end up losing some players, right? Like, first, like some significant injuries, where if Kansas City ultimately ends up clinching it, right? And they win their next 2, then we could just sit back and be like, okay, whatever, we're the second seed. And then we just rest all of our guys, and we basically have a bye week that week, right? Like, where dudes are staying warm, they're doing their thing, and just going from there. So that's kind of where I'm at. Want to see more blitz calls? We have Jordan Smith. Thrash it only. I seriously, that's a lot that they need. Plus, so they need to win all 3, and they're not getting in teams. Don't go 3-6 in their conference and then win 4 conference games in a row. We have Kansas City will win 2 of these 3. Let me see. Playing all of the games at home is massive, especially at a place like Buffalo. Top 5 hardest places to be at any given time. We have Bears coming in. Just want to stay as healthy as possible. We got beat up in that Pittsburgh game last year. We certainly did, and I don't want to see it again. Since he plays the Browns, Broncos, and then Steelers, which will bench their players. I wouldn't say that everyone's going to be benching their players at that point, because the Steelers and the Ravens could very well still be fighting for that division spot all the way down there. And the Broncos defense is actually pretty solid. So the Broncos have a lot to play for, right? And the Browns, I'm pretty sure already beat the Bengals, right? So our defense is going to be a huge issue in the playoffs. We have Chris Parker coming on in. Defense has to get healthy. And the only way that the Bengals can make the playoffs is with them winning out, Colts, Chargers, and Broncos losing out. So 3 teams need to lose out, ladies and gentlemen. No. So I think 2 teams need to lose out and 1 team needs to win one of their next 3. It is very, very, it's not necessarily like within their best interest. This Bengals team winning out doesn't necessarily do a lot. Sean McDermott should call some plays when needed. Can't give big plays all the time to close out games. We have Jordan Smith is saying with the Bengals, sweep the entire division just to rub it in Richie's face. We have King Jamie the Mad. I just hope the Bills and Chiefs get to play in the AFC Championship game because we put on the best shows ever every time we meet. Totally agree. We do. But all right, so Baltimore wins Saturday. Pittsburgh has to beat Kansas City Christmas in order to have a shot at the division. But here's the deal, man. Like, I haven't really been understanding why people are like so confident that Baltimore is going to win, right? Like, I wouldn't be shocked like if they did, right? So they are at home, but like what's like really shocking me so far is that this Baltimore team's kryptonite is Pittsburgh. Like Pittsburgh has already beaten them this year. Lamar Jackson has only beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers once in his career. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won 9 out of their last 10 games in Baltimore. So I haven't really been understanding why people are just looking at this Baltimore and Steelers game and saying, oh, Ravens are totally going to win this one, right? Like it's not a for sure for me. In fact, like I'm leaning toward Pittsburgh relatively heavily just based off of not only their first performance this year, but I mean, really how this team just plays Baltimore each and every single time that they play. What's the chances Micah Hyde gets the call up? It probably wouldn't hurt to knock the rust off of the guy, but we're going to have to see. I feel that Sean McDermott probably would have announced it today, right? Or maybe later. Stats apparently matter to Ravens fans this year now that Lamar has better stats than Allen. I can't with these Ravens fans. Is what it is. We just go on ahead and just raise the Lombardi and give them something to bitch about all offseason. Hi, Dan. Not sure if he can catch Kansas City, but it's almost to get the first round bye as number 2. Any division game is a hard game for any team. We just know each other too well. Ed Ryan, I'd like to see some single high safety with an extra blitzer, i.e. free Von Miller. Ed Ryan. Detroit game was over in the 3rd. 52-17, go Bills. John Reeves is predicting an absolute beatdown. And I'm here for it. Well, folks, listen, for those of you that are not planning on going to the stadium to watch the game, but you want to find a good place to watch the game, right? Like a solid bar, there's TVs all over the place. Look no further than Club Bud Light at 34 Rush over at Batavia Downs. Look at that beef on Weck over there. Guys, listen, Club Bud Light at 34 Rush is my favorite place to watch Buffalo Bills football when I am up in New York and I'm visiting family, etc. It's right by the gaming floor in the casino, has all the TVs in the world, one of the biggest ones I've ever seen in my entire life. Food, drink specials, and also Labatt Blue giveaways during the halftime celebration and also toward the end of the game, okay? You don't want to miss out on this. Go enjoy some Buffalo Bills football this weekend over at Club Bud Light 34 Rush if you have no plans whatsoever, all right? I love Batavia Downs. I cannot wait to get up to Buffalo again here soon and go pay them a visit because I am nasty at the blackjack table, baby. You have no idea what I'm talking about. LMFAO, you better hop the Steelers lose. If the Bills play the Ravens in the playoffs, you're getting blown out again. You have 3 wins over 500 or above teams in 14 games. You okay? No one. That made 0 sense. Please stay in school, folks. That made 0 sense. Please play in school. Bills play the Ravens in the playoffs. Dude, you brain rot iPad kid. You really think that playoff Lamar Jackson, is not going to rear his head in the playoffs like he always does? Bro, your playoff record is absolutely abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And what was the What happened the last time that the Buffalo Bills played the Baltimore Ravens? What happened last time, my friend? What happened? Listen, at the end of the day, there is a reason why the MVP is a regular season award, and I am afraid that it is haunting you for the foreseeable future. The Baltimore Ravens suck in the playoffs. They fucking blow. They blow. And I cannot wait. Actually, I want to play the Baltimore Ravens so I can find you, all right, and laugh at your expense. You brain rot iPad kid. Anyway, HJJ is coming in. That was 3 years ago. What happened this year? 35-10 in a week 4 meaningless game. What happened when you lost to Gardner Minshew? What happened when you lost to damn Jameis Winston? Dude, this kid is on here, and not even an iPad, bro. A tablet. Dude's on a tablet, man, because we know that dude's too broke to get an iPad. He's got a damn tablet right now. He's sitting on his damn race car bunk bed right now. Fortnite's in the background. Bro. Ravens about to lose, bro. Ravens about to get their ass kicked, especially by the damn Steelers, because you can't beat the Steelers. We can beat the Steelers, though. Like I said, the Bills have played no one, 3 games. Dude, you iPad kids must be stopped. We beat the 2 best teams in the NFL. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, bro? You lost to a team who lost to Winston dummy HJJ maker, got blown out by them. All right, dude. Oh, yeah. But you know what? But we didn't lose the basement dwellers, right? That's like you getting beat up by a girl, bro. Like that's like you getting your ass kicked by a girl. And then you going up and laughing at somebody for getting their ass kicked by the toughest kid in school. You know what I'm saying? Dude, get out of here, man. Y'all lost. Dude, you got beat up by a girl twice this year. All right. What's your record, bro? What's your record, brother? What's your record, bro? We are about to wipe the floor with you. And I guarantee you that you weren't even a Baltimore Ravens fan before Lamar Jackson. All right. Like you were like 12 years old playing Madden and you love the way that he played on the video game and you decided to be that. I guarantee you that you probably live in like Houston, Texas. All right. Or like you probably live in like Lincoln, Nebraska. You're not a real Baltimore Ravens fan, bro. You're not a real Baltimore Ravens fan, little boy. Get out of here, man. It's Christmas break. Do some homework, brother, on your tablet. Do some homework on your tablet, baby. Ravens suck, dude, and we have beat 4 times over 500 MVP Allen. Yeah, dude, we have beaten several teams over 500. You just, quite frankly, have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So we can go ahead and knock. And plus, we can only play teams that are on our schedule. Is what it is. Ravens can't beat the Chiefs, Steelers, and or the Lions. Absolutely, man. You can't do it. We are 11-3, and Baltimore is 9-5. And we beat Kansas City, Detroit, San Francisco, 3 of last year's final 4. Buy Stocks is coming in. Jordan, 100%. We have John Marlowe coming in, and Ravens barely won. Bengals 2 times. We have this guy's Bulls fans. Bro, where did he go to school, man? Yo, where did he go to school, man? Bulls fans are slow. We have 2 more losses than you and a head-to-head blowout playing actually good teams. I was a Steve Smith fan, so I was. How do you have the audacity to go on ahead when you were just writing some of the most sorriest excuses of the English language and sending it into my live chat and call us slow, bro? And call us slow. Like, do me a favor and so record yourself reading 1 page of a 10th grade reading level book for me on X. Do that for me, brother. Anyway, crazy that we are having this conversation about the Ravens haven't even locked up a playoff spot, dude. Holy shit, man. This guy's absolutely nuts, dude. Green Bay would beat the Ravens. Absolutely, bro. Baltimore, the city sucks. Absolutely. It's the fucking armpit of America. They are not above 500 because they lost to the Buffalo Bills. A blowout in beginning of the season. Henry beat the Bills, not the Ravens and or Lamar. If Houston beats the Ravens and Pittsburgh loses their next 2, Houston would be the 3 seed and Pittsburgh would play Baltimore in the first round. It's what's going to happen, bro. It's what's going to happen. Those Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin's going to hang sack on the damn Baltimore Ravens. And I can't wait. What's up, Dan? LFG. What's going on, man? How you doing? Josh Allen and the Bulls is going to hit another triple-double on the Ravens. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, brother. Your points aren't being made. Buffalo is better than Baltimore. You guys lost to the Browns and the Raiders. Guys, listen, it is an week-by-week league. And I'm sorry, but week 3 and week 4 does not say anything about a team. Does not say anything about a team whatsoever. So that little kid's going to be very disappointed. And we will never see him in here again when the Ravens do what they always do in the playoffs and play like absolute fucking dog water. And I can't wait for it. I really, really can't wait for it. Ravens fans are weird, dude. Weird dudes, bro. Weird guys over there. It's a Pittsburgh thing to do. John Marlowe, TJ Watt is the Lamar and Ravens neutralizer. Well, wait, Dan, if the Steelers beat the Ravens, then standing chance for one favor. You said Ravens beat the Steelers, but now let's reverse. Hold up. Well, wait, Dan, if the Steelers beat the Ravens, then standings change for our favor. You said Ravens beat the Steelers, but now let's. So I said Steelers beat the Ravens. That's basically what we're looking at right now. We got Dan coming on in saying, I love Ravens fans and the But Lamar guys, and they are very smart and cool. And the horse he rode in on, Peter is coming in saying, what's going to happen if the Ravens squeak into the playoffs and Lamar will choke and throw a pick 6? Like always, dude, it's on paper. You know what I'm saying? His mom's iPad spell checker swapping the Bills to the Bulls. Absolutely, bro. It's confirmed. He's in Chicago. He's in Chicago, baby. We're going to have to talk about that. Frenzy is coming on in saying Lamar Jackson's biggest issue is that he looks whack as fucking shorts. Josh Allen absolutely clears. John Marlowe is coming on in. Bills make history this year. Absolutely they do, baby. Absolutely we do, man. Listen, we scored 30 points 8 games in a row against the Kansas City Chiefs. Best defense in the NFL, baby. Absolutely destroyed them. It's all about quality competition. It's about quality competition, baby. Strike 3, you're out of here. Why? What is he doing? So listen, I'm completely fine with roasting trolls, but like, say for example, like he's like attacking people in the chat, and that's a different situation. But I trust Dwayne in the chat. I trust Dwayne in the chat, man. He's my lead mod over here, and he gets people out of here if they're getting a little too hyper. You know what I'm saying? All right. Bro, Ravens are horrible. Stop talking trash when the Ravens got beat by the Raiders and the Browns. You're absolutely delusional. We have Josh beat the Ravens in the playoffs, ends MVP discussion. So the MVP conversation is a regular season award. Bills are the new America's team. Absolutely. You lost to the Raiders and the Browns, 2 of the worst teams in the league. We don't have a loss like that on our schedule. Jonah Williams is coming in. Who do you not want to see in the playoffs? I want them all, Jonah. I want them all. And so at first I was about to go on ahead. I want them all. I want them all. We're going to have to see. We have Bills Mafia. I think a Jets or Dolphins jersey on the mannequin back there would be better to punch out every time the Bills score, or if you get upset, go Bills. Bills Mafia J718. So I'm thinking about actually getting a referee shirt. So I'm thinking about going to Dick's Sporting Goods later this afternoon and getting a referee shirt. And I'm probably going to put that up on the guy so I could beat the shit out of him. And then when I don't want to punch this, you're right. I don't want to punch the Buffalo Bills. I love the Buffalo Bills. But then again, what if the Bills piss me off, right? I have to too, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right. And we are staying facts. Also, Bills 11-3, Ravens 9-5, and you lost to the Browns. And we come on in. All right, guys, listen, we're going to have the troll toll coming on up. Guys, listen, here is what I do with the troll toll. Okay, so if somebody's annoying you in the chat, so one thing that I do is that I encourage everyone to mute that person. I don't mute the guy because he's going to pay me in order to talk crap. He's going to pay me to talk crap. The troll toll is now in effect, ladies and gentlemen. So this broke little kid is going to have to send a super chat in order for me to read it. So guys, if he is annoying you, just go on ahead and just hover over his name and mute him, and you won't even see him in the chat. In fact, I order everyone to do that right now. We know who we're talking about. He's the bunk bed kid, all right? He's the Feastables kid, all right? He's the kid that gets bullied in middle school kid, all right? So He is not going to be able to talk to you unless he pays me via super chat, ladies and gentlemen. The troll toll is now officially in. All right. Listen, you can only troll me. You can't troll me for free. You can't troll me for free, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone go on ahead and mute this little kid. And let's force him to pay to talk shit, because I think it's funny when people have to pay to talk shit. It's just one of my favorite things in the world. Let me see. Delusional Pats fans. It is an echo chamber. Trendy Astro. Hey, Dan, what do you think of Ed Oliver showing up? Trendy. Let me tell you something about Ed Oliver. I feel like Bills Mafia, for the most part, always picks an enemy from this team, somebody that we wish that they could step up in a better situation. And we were roasting Ed Oliver for weeks. A lot of people were in this chat. He saw that, like, more than likely, all across social media. And he essentially came out there and he said, dude, I'm going to show y'all. And he had the most pressures out of anybody. And do me a favor, like this guy as well, he did it against one of the best interior offensive lines in the NFL, which makes it even crazier. So be happy about that. We'll see. Did you see the injury report yet? Again, end of the season, and we have three DBs and 4 linebackers all hurt again. This just reoccurs every year. But yeah, tell me our training staff is good. Milano sucks. He's done. Bum. Wow, Matt, dude, Matt C is really trying to inspire some of these players. Dude, it's not training staffs. And like, here's the deal. Like, why are we trying to have Matt Milano and Rasul Douglas on the field against the fucking New England Patriots? Like, why would we do that? Like, this Patriots offense hasn't scored 30 points all season. You know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't scored 30 points all season. It's not even so much that I think any of these guys couldn't play if absolutely necessary. In fact, I'm almost willing to bet that Rasul and Matt Milano are probably about at 90% right now. And they could play if absolutely needed. But dude, make no mistake. If we needed them to play, they would have played. It's because we're playing the damn New England Patriots. And as far as Matt Milano, I'm sorry, but like, I have no idea what people are talking about. Like, I have like no idea what people are talking about. Like, that's like not what I'm seeing. Like yesterday or was it 2 days ago when we were talking to Kev, and Kevin ended up mentioning, he was just like, and so were you curious, like, as into why this Buffalo Bills team let up 21 points after, like, right in the fourth quarter against Detroit? It was because Matt Milano wasn't on the field. Like, don't you find it funny and somewhat coincidental that once Matt Milano was off of the field, that this Lions team was able to put up 21 points and come back, like, from a massive deficit? Like, come on, dude. Like, dude was great against the run. Dude got a fumble recovery. And the second that he was out of the game, we see Detroit go out there absolutely going at will, which makes things even like crazier at the end of the day. So we're going to have to see how it plays out. Milano will be on fire come playoffs. We're going to have to see, man. We're going to have to see. Josh Allen reminds me of prime Cam Newton, and I don't like it. Micah Bell is a Dolphins fan coming on in here, man. I love that. I love that, dude. Absolutely, absolutely love that. But all right, guys, 281 of you in here, 184 on YouTube, 96 of you on X. I just want to remind each and every single one of you that I will be live later today on BetUS TV's The Huddle with Richie and TD Finstock, and then I'll be live later this afternoon on my own channel for a breakdown of the injury lists, and then maybe I'll preview a little bit of the Patriots game. We already know that we're about to cook those fools. Tomorrow, I will be live play-by-play reacting to the Chiefs and the Texans game, and I'm also going to be live reacting to the Pittsburgh Steelers absolutely fucking rolling the Baltimore Ravens as well. 2 live play-by-play reactions will be live on this channel tomorrow during NFL football watching. So if you guys want to join, hang out. I'm going to be cracking a couple of beers. Probably going to be punching the hell out of this guy. And by the way, chat, dude, what should we name this guy? I don't like Bob. right? Like, we have to name this dude. Give me your recommendations of what we should name. And so our friend over here, because he's going to be watching ball with us for the rest of the year. He's going to be taking a lot of punches from me as well. Punchy, Patrick, Bill, yes, Bill. Come on, man, Bill. Patrick's pretty funny too because it's Homer, Patrick, Bill, Gary. Bill's pretty funny. Bill. All right, it's Bill. It's Bill. Oh yeah, what does HJ like maker actually mean? Like hand job maker? Like hand job maker? Come on, bro. Come on, baby. So dude loves giving hand jobs. That's cool. Dude loves giving hand jobs. HJ maker over there. Hey, dude, listen, man, you know what? Like roll with what you want, baby. And so I like Bill too. All right, guys, listen, I love you very much. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition. And for all the trolls, I do want to let you know that I do genuinely believe that y'all actually tune in. I do appreciate you. I promise that you will love my content down the road as long as I'm not trolling you or your favorite team. We're all family here. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you later this afternoon. Peace.